Well, you've probably come across the calculation before. Maybe you've even done it yourself. You work out the human age of your dog by multiplying its age by 7 years, by 7. So it's easy, but it's not actually correct. Researchers have come up with a new, more accurate way to convert dog years to human years. In this edition of This Week in Science, Dan Riskin will explain the science behind this new formula. Thanks for being here.
Pleasure.
Before we get to the doggy calculations, you've just been to Panama. Tell us about your trip.
Yeah, I just led a wildlife tour in Panama. We had a great time. We saw birds, we saw bats, we saw sloths, we saw all kinds of stuff.
Is this from your trip?
Yeah, these are pictures we took. I mean, these are my pictures. It's just crazy in Panama. It's just, if you're into wildlife.
Oh, look at the color.
It's a beautiful place to go. It's set up really nicely for ecotourism. And of course, you know, my background is bat biology, so I was leading this tour and they were there to see, you know, basilisk lizards like this one and birds and stuff like that. But I kept saying, let's go look under this bridge and see if we can find some bats. And we did find bats, and the group was, I won them over, I think. They weren't sure about the bats when I first told them about it, but by the end they were all like, oh, check that bridge, Dan.
Well,
they weren't checking, but they sent me.
They were sending you to go and check. Okay, so we promised everybody we'd figure out this new formula for calculating your dog's age. Times by 7. In fact, I found out from you, vets actually have never really liked this formula. Yeah,
that's right. So multiplying by 7 kind of tells you how long you can expect your dog to live, right? So the end point is kind of right, like they die around the same age if you multiply by 7.
Yeah.
But the thing is that a dog, we all know this, a dog grows up really fast early on. That first year, it goes right from being a puppy to being basically a grown-up, and then it levels off. If you have a dog that's, you know, between 11 or 16 years, they're not like continually getting way older till they're like 140 in human years. So this new equation uses a non-linear mathematical equation, blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
It uses the, you know that natural log button on your calculator, that LN?
I didn't know that's what that stood for.
Yeah, it means it's the natural log, and what you do is you take your dog's age.
Okay.
So how old is Zebby?
So Zebby, we brought Zebby in today. Zebby is, we rounded up. Zebby is, yeah, that's you. We rounded up to 3.
Okay, so Zebby's 3. So what you would do is you put 3 in your calculator, then you push that LN button.
Okay.
Then you multiply by 16 and add 31. So it's a bit of work, but once you do that, Zebby...
So Zebby was 21 by our original calculation.
Yeah, but
now Zebby is
48.
Whoa, zoo!
Zebby, see, is that gray fur on the chin? Has that been there all along?
I know, it's coming in, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
so aging. And so the way they calculated this was to look at how quickly the DNA ages in dogs. It's called methylation. And so by looking at how, you know, the progression towards from, you know, being a juvenile to being an adolescent to being mature to being a senior, that takes this different trajectory. It's not a linear trajectory. It's a fast ramp up in the beginning, and then it levels off. And so this takes care of that.
Why do we do this, Dan? Why do we do this for dogs? We don't try to figure out cat human years. We don't try to figure out horse human years.
I think there's something about, I mean, part of it is that dogs and humans just have this relationship where either we domesticated them or they domesticated us, right? I mean, you can look at it 2 different ways. They tricked us into feeding them and taking care of them
and brushing them, bringing them to work.
No offense to Zebby, but if you put Zebby in Panama in the jungle, Zebby probably wouldn't do that well against a harpy eagle. I'm just saying.
You haven't seen her in the suburbs, my friend.
But if she went in with you into the jungles in Panama, I'm pretty sure you'd stick up for her, right? So they've tricked us, and so that's what they've done. That's why we care so much about them.
All right, say bye, Zebs. Dan, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure. Bye, Zebby.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.